right, today we are going to look at our last measure of central tendency in a triangle. And that is the centroid, medians and centroids. But before we get to that, I have a question for you. Let's suppose I had a candy bar. Here's my candy bar, my blue candy bar. And I'm going to take that candy bar and I'm going to divide it into 3 pieces. Suppose I told you that this candy bar was 300 calories. How many calories would each piece be worth? Well, since there's 3 pieces, you would divide it by 3, and each piece would be worth 100 calories. What we're going to be doing today is looking at 1 piece versus 2 pieces. So 1 piece is 100, and 2 pieces would be worth 200 calories. Me personally, I would not be able to just eat 1 piece or 2 pieces. I would be probably eating the whole candy bar. Well, what if we had a different candy bar, and let's say it was only worth 180 calories? Now, if you ask me, it probably won't taste as good as the one with that is 300 calories, but it's only 180 calories. And I'm going to ask you the same question. How many calories would each piece be worth? Well, you would do the same thing. You would divide that by 3, and we get 60. So each piece would be worth 60. If I eat 1 piece, it would be 60 calories. If I ate 2 pieces, it would be worth 120 calories. Well, remember that. We're going to need this knowledge in a few minutes. But first, let's get to the notes here. We have a median. A median is a segment that joins a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Notice, here's our vertex. This would be our median right here, okay? And notice it cuts that other side in half. See how it's in 2 equal pieces? So it goes from a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So we have to remember that, like that each side of the triangle is going to be cut into 2 equal pieces. Well, if we do the medians for all 3 vertices, notice, like, I'll highlight them here. So see how CP or CD, cuts side AB in half. We have BF cuts this opposite side in half. I'm going to put some marks there because they're missing. And then we have AE is cutting that opposite side in half. And all those medians meet at 1 point, and that point right here is called the centroid. So the 3 medians of a triangle intersect at a point called the centroid. So the medians here, as we just said, are BF, CD, and AE. And the centroid is point P. Now, notice, let's take a look at those medians here. Let's take a look at just AE right now. And notice this segment AE, right, is in 2 pieces, but this piece here is small and this piece here is bigger. Well, this is where the candy bar comes in. This is 1 piece, and this is 2 parts or two pieces. So it's like the whole median is the candy bar. And the median's cut into a small piece that's worth 1 part and a bigger piece that's worth 2 parts. So same thing here. This is 2 parts. This is 1 part. This is 1 part. And this is 2 parts. So what special properties exist? So I'm going to say CP 2 parts, PD 1 part. My other ones, AP 2 parts, PE 1 part. These are all segments. And then finally, BP, 2 parts. PF, 1 part. All right, so this first example actually is more about the sides of the triangle, as you'll see. So JK, so this whole thing is worth 22. Remember, M is a midpoint. So it's cutting it into 2 equal pieces. So that means that this is going to be 11 and this is going to be 11, right? It cuts it in half into 2 equal pieces. Now we're also given KN, this piece is 13, which means this other piece is 13 because it cuts each side in half. The medians cut the sides in half. And then finally we're given OL is 18, which means this is also 18 because all the sides are cut in half. So filling in the blanks now, KM is 11, NL is 13, KL, this whole thing would then be 26, JO is 18, and this whole side, 18 times 2 is 36. So that example wasn't about medians, but about the fact that the medians bisect, or, bisect the sides of the triangle. Let's look at the next example. Z is the centroid. So TZ, this piece is 60. All right, so let's focus on this median for a second. Remember, this is the median, and it's 2 parts, 1 part. So if 2 parts is 60, that means 1 part is 30. Do you see that? 1 part is 30, 2 parts is 60. The whole median would be 90. Actually, I'm going to back up and put that in because that was something we figured out. Okay, given information in blue, things we figured out in pink. So XZ is 28. See how that's the small part? XZ is the small piece. ZV is 2 times that, or 56. That's the 2 pieces. 1 piece, 28, 2 pieces, 56. 2 times 28, 56. And then WZ, this piece is 25. That's the small piece. The big piece is 2 times that, 2 pieces, 50. So filling in information here, ZV is 56, ZY is 30, ZU is 50, TY, so that's the whole thing, is 90, adding them up, and XV, that's a whole thing, that's going to be 84. 28 plus 56 is 84. I'm just going to put 28 plus 56, and this one was 60 plus 30. All right, next example. AG, this piece is 8. So if that's 8, you can see that's the bigger piece. That's the 2 parts, so 1 part is 4. 2 parts, 1 part. We're given GF, this piece is 7. That's the small part of that median. 1 part, 2 parts, 14. And then finally, BG is 5. That's 1 part, 2 parts, 10. So GD, we figured out, is 4. AD is going to be 8 plus 4, or 12. CG, we figured out, is 14. GE, we figured out, is 10. BE, that's the whole thing, 5 plus 10, 15. So again, 2 parts, 1 part. Number 4, TU. Oh, finally. So this is the whole thing, okay? So the whole candy bar is 27. So we're going to do like we did above. We're going to take that candy bar and divide it into 3 parts, 9. So each part of that candy bar is 9. which means 1 part is 9, 2 parts is 18. Okay, and see 9 plus 18, it all adds up to 27. Two parts, 1 part, 1 part, 2 parts. This one too, SW is 18. That's the whole candy bar. So we're going to do 18 divided by 3, 6. So that means for SW, 1 part, 2 parts. And notice it all adds up to 18. And then RV21, that is also a candy bar. So 21 divided by 3, 7. 1 part, 2 parts. So filling in what we know, what we figured out, TX was 18, XU 9, SX 12, XW 6, RX 14. All right, last example. And then you're going to do the rest for homework. 6, 7, 8, 9 is your assignment. So number 5, DH. So that's the whole thing. That's a candy bar again. So 51 divided by 3 is 17. So that means 1 part, 17, 2 parts, 34. GF, that's a candy bar. 60 divided by 3, 20. So that means that this is 20, this is 40. 1 part, 2 parts. And then finally, EI, that is also a candy bar. 57 divided by 3, 19. So 1 part, 2, oops, not 28, 38. So DJ, that's 34, JH, 17, GJ, 20, JF, 40, EJ, 38, and JI, 19. So like I said, for your assignment now, 6 through 9. So your homework is numbers 6 through 9. That's all. You could turn in the whole thing if it's on Notability or just the back page of the hard copy. Good luck.